wherever he is not exciting. He's not talking about anything exciting, and he's, and I'm not saying personality-wise, just the issues that he's chosen, what he represents. It's a lot of what we've seen before, and I could say the same for a lot of Republicans and a lot of other Democrats.
He is not authentic. Dana is authentic.
I know, but and like Tim said, I think it's, right, from where she starts her campaign, you could say she's not in a mainstream political, area. Maybe she is, maybe we can say that.
Well, and she's sending a message. I mean, I think people kind of know, what she's going to be like. Right. And for some business interests, no. She's a bitch. We don't want her,
right? Because she's going to be going.
We'd rather have this. Right. What's his name? Yeah, exactly. And so, no, that's threatening to in a way to the old guard. But the old guard is practically useless. They don't win elections anymore.
Well,
and this is the thing that Dana brings to the table.
That's exactly it. She excites voters. She got Tim back to join the Democratic Party. I mean, right? Seriously.
Well, I can't deny that. No,
I know.
Seriously, you're right. No, you are absolutely right. I'm not making this up. I mean, I just.
It makes every other
candidate everything I'm supposed to.
It makes every other candidate.
Well, yeah, but it's for her, and it's for her. It's for her.
But can you get excited about anybody else on this issue? Seriously, can you trust it? Is there anyone that...
No, not really.
Right.
No, there's nobody that I could trust.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah,
like it's
she's the only one that's just right out there.
She's exposed how far behind we are, how out of the loop the candidates that should be in the loop are, and they don't even know what the positions are to take. It's and the best thing about what she's doing, which is something you would say if we didn't think she was going to win, is that she's making everybody talk about it. But no one even knows what to say. You know what I mean? Yeah. She's the only one that really knows how to. And anyway, so
well, she's not. As a she's the most exciting Democrat. She's come along in a long time.
It's almost a new
party she's running under, so she has to. Yeah. Well, I think I know where you're going within the party itself. Yeah.
Right. Like, it's not the mainstream Clinton lock 'em up. 3 strikes are out, and things to that effect. This is and I might even say that this is an opposite. It's more of it's I'd call that, what is it? That's like, it's kind of, it's a conservative Democrat or whatever on most, I don't know. This is a progressive policy. It's a social, more of a social justice and environmental and equal rights as a focus of protection of the citizens instead of, I don't know, but how would you categorize it? Are there other things about the marijuana issue that appeal to you about her?
Other things, I would say she's real strong civil liberties. Right. I mean, she's as conservative as it gets on freedom of speech and so on. She could be right in line with a far right Republican. On that one. So he's dependable there, and she's level-headed. She's a level-headed person, and she has a greater sensitivity than her, than Mr. Miles. Okay, let's put it that way. And so this is the logical choice as I see it if the Democratic Party wants to win that position. I mean, this Tom Leonard is not going to be any slouch. I'm just saying, I'm predicting ahead. But I prefer a win-win situation. So, I mean, for Dana to be the Republican nominee and, Leonard, Dana being the Democrat and Leonard being the Republican, we're safe either way. But again, I don't want Miles, period. The guy's bad news. And this Tanya Schumacher, this woman is she's a total whack job. All right, now she's my state senator, and I don't care, listening there, Senator. But,
she is definitely she's not on our side. Yeah. She was never on our side during the hearings.
A kind of Barbie doll, kind of personality. I don't even see the vacuousness. I don't even understand. Again, she's from a prominent political family, and that's just how it's sort of inherited out in this part of the country. and so a lot of local areas. So that's her credentials. And her own county is. We're never going to get screwed by Tanya Schumacher out here. I guarantee that. They're not going to raise our taxes. They're not going to. They're real conservative values and so on. I mean, she takes care of her county very well. And that's how a lot of these places work. And so, yeah, and that's it. She's the state, senator, and she's, term limited out. And so I think this Eric Nesbitt, I think, yeah.
What are you hearing about the governor's race on the Republican side? Is that going to Schuette automatically? Is there anyone that's going to challenge him in the party?
Yeah, there's pretty much it's understood that Schuette's going to be the nominee. That would be a real surprise if he's not. I mean, I would really be surprised.
Who's his biggest competitor? Is it Colley? Brian Colley going to go
within the party?
Colley was he was polling the highest.
Yeah, I don't think there is any choice. He's just got it. I mean, I would say yes, Chad. If you're saying on terms of polling numbers, or not polling or vote, whatever. I mean, there would certainly be Schuette would be at the top, and then Kelley, and so on and so forth. I mean, we'll see. I mean, that's my prediction that Schuette will win the primary.
So in the
he's got to win the primary, and there'll be an election in August, so we'll know then.
In the latest
but
polling,
I think it's going to be Schuette. I don't see anybody I don't think Schuette's beatable.
In the latest polling, Gretchen was ahead of Bill Schuette.
What do you think about Gretchen as a competition?
Oh, she's very good. I think she'll be governor. I mean, I'm not always right, and I was, but I would bet on Gretchen to win in November.
Wow.
And she'll win the Democratic primary for sure. And I would predict she'll win in December. Bill Schuette's a poor candidate.
What do you think about Shree?
He really is. Gretchen could.
Have you heard about?
I don't have much of a feeling one way or the other. Yeah, I mean, I've read bits and pieces, but I just kind of prioritize. I mean, it's preordained more or less that Gretchen is the nominee.
Yeah, I agree.
That's all.
I agree.
Tell me what
I don't think much beyond it.
I mean, I don't have any reason to disagree, but I just don't. I find him to be patently offensive all over the place. But he's won twice and seems to appeal to someone and continues to get reelected. What is different this time? Why put the fears? Relieve me of these fears, Mr. Beck.
Yeah. Okay, thank you. Great question. I think historically, the governorship changes parties every 8 years. Beyond that length, it's not that normal. And so by that kind of historical context, he's got an edge. Republicans have been in power for quite a while, and the longer you're in power, sometimes the more enemies you have. And so it's getting a little stale. And I think people are going to be in a mood, basically to go Democrat, if the Democrat is normal. If the Democrat, actually connects with the rest of the world, So, and I think in that, kind of reality, I think that this Gretchen, has kind of got it made, in the charisma department, and she's not she's not some whack job. I mean, she's very, very, very smart. And I think, people can be confident, even Republicans would be all right with her.
Right.
And there's Republicans out there that don't like Schuette, period. They really don't, but they got to kind of go along with it.
Who are the Republicans that don't like Bill Schuette and why? I'm just curious. Tell me within the party who he antagonized.
No one really likes Bill Schuette.
Why not? How does he keep winning?
I don't know.
How do you get nominated? How's he going to be?
I would define. The way he does it, he's very manipulative. I mean, he's very. He knows how to balance, power groups within the Republican Party, to appear to be normal.
I see.
And I mean, he's not going to hurt him. Let's put it that way. He's not a threat. and so what it becomes war, an internal war within the libertarian part of the Republican Party and the social conservatives. That's the split within the party, and it kind of goes back and forth. So, no, she is not the candidate of the libertarian part.
Right. There's a libertarian party, but that's not who you're talking about. You're talking about like the libertarian wing.
Well, it's an ideological thing.
Right.
Schuette's support is soft. That's what I'm saying. That's what I'm thinking. That's my theory.
Who does he contain?
I'm saying Gretchen.
Right.
Yeah.
Who is an automatic with him? Is it like the religious within the party or corporate interest? You know, the bigger money coming. Is that? I mean, usually those. You know, you can have fewer of these connected groups because they'll vote every time, and the money will be there to for you to run a campaign. Am I right? You know,
yeah.
That's
the old line. He appeals to the old line party machine for the most part. Again, he's safe. You know, he's the safe one. Now at this point, he's not exactly an improvement, but for the your basic Republican, I'm talking 40% of them. Yeah, he's all right. They can live with him.
Right.
They're not going to be whining if he wins. So
he's not an exciting candidate. There's nothing he's saying that's exciting. There's nothing he can boast about. He hasn't really done anything. He tries to take credit for things.
Not really. I don't know. I mean, please help me out. I mean, if you're doing opposition research, I mean, what good has he done? Really? I mean, well, that's what I'm saying.
He claims to be. He claims to be
really.
The public corruption prosecutor, but he did a hack job of the whole Flint water crisis.
Mm-hmm.
And he's got payback to Schneider, who's probably got some blood on his tie as he leaves office. And I don't know what kind of payoff that was, but I think that's can and should continue to haunt him.
Yeah. Well, with Flint, I agree. I mean, again, he's got to pick his battles, and this Flint thing. I mean, he didn't want to get his hands dirty. And that was a tar baby. So he tried to avoid it, as best he could. Yeah. And he always would say platitudes, one way and then a platitude that way. I mean, he's mainly been able to, extricate himself out of it.
Well, let's talk about that for a second.
Normally.
Unless people are going crazy and picketing right now, as far as I'm concerned, he got out of it in a brilliant way. He got an independent someone to do it. They charged certain people. People within the department were thrown under the bus. Different agencies and people. And I'm sure it goes much deeper. But they had to make a political decision of someone's got to get charged, and it's going to be our own people that are doing it. We'll figure out later on. But we got to make a hoopla here and make some shit. And but he got out of it. Like he oversaw the whole thing. He directed and he was supposed to be independent, and he's moving on. He's running for governor. Like how does that happen?
Yeah. Well, in his major pitch is that basically, we got the criminals. Here they are. Yeah. Look at these irresponsible bureaucrats. Look at these slugs. They're the ones that caused all the problem. I'm only doing my best. I busted them right away. And that's the best we can do. And I sent them to jail. They're going to go to prison.
And then does he pardon them after he becomes governor?
I don't know. I don't think. No, fuck no. He don't even care. I mean, he does and he doesn't. And, yes, eventually they'll get some deal worked out. I mean, there'll be an understanding. They don't have to do too much time and so forth if they are ever convicted. But. Well, I tell you, this Luke Davis thing, I know of him, and I asked a person in the know, well, what's he doing now? And this rumor has it he only still lives around the county, and he's a drug dealer.
Wow!
I'm talking in broad general terms now. Okay.
I love it.
Yeah. Wow. Yeah, it's pretty fucking pathetic, and that's the the kind of latest on that one. But this stuff is bad. It's really bad. I mean, we just are winning, and another one was really super good. It was at the finale. Was a guy that had this auto parts store. Now these weren't drugs. There was no drugs involved. That's usually the bugaboo, the red herring that they'll throw out on ass. Oh, we got to get drunk. Oh my God, there's